How's it going, everybody? All right, you can see I'm got my dash out. I'm doing a painless wiring on the car. I'll show you that in a minute. While I have the dash out, yeah, you could probably do them with the dash in, but I want to repair the dash and I want to do a little more with the wire. So what I did is I just made a bracket, which just probably be a lot easier. It's a lot easier with the dash out. All I did was, and it's just JB welded in. I just made a plate go across, kind of shaped it to what I needed it, notched it out for the vent. And what I'm also going to be able to do is fix this here, because as you know, we all get that separation on the 73 to 75s. Or I'm sorry, 73 to 77 Cutlasses. They get that separation. You know, almost all of them have it. Not all of them. You know, like this one, it's got a little bit, I think. My green one does not, because low mileage car. So, like I said, all I did is I just made a plate, shaped it in there, put it in there, because you can see this is normally what happens. They crack too. These crack. So you got no way to mount them in there. Then they start sagging and they break. And basically you only got these two bottom bolts holding it in, and it's resting on the ashtray. Whatnot. So what I did, like I said, is I made that. I don't know if I can do this with one hand. Nope, need the ashtray out a little bit further. So pull your ashtray out and then dip it in there. There you go. Okay. Now that looks like it's too much. There. Somewhere around there. Okay. Now I could put two screws in just to kind of just hold it in place so you can see. And this will line up too once I have it in there better. I'm just got it in there right now just to show you. If I can get it to go. I had it earlier. Well, either way, I can still show you the you can get all this to line up and everything. Right here, this is what I'm talking about. This separation we all get. All I did was I took out all these screws that go along the bottom here. There's like one right there, one right there, one right there, and it just keeps this off of the metal bracket. Now the metal bracket is fixtured basically to the shape that it needs to be inside the car. That was about to fall. So, and then when you take them out, now you'll have to re-drill new holes into the metal. Using the same hole, this hole, you can still reuse these holes, but it's just going to be in a different location on the metal. And see, I'm just like this, and I'll bring it in. And I could do this a little better. It brings it in there. You'll see, it'll go in a lot there. Went in a lot more. I mean, I can get it in a little bit more. Then I'll just have to re-drill these holes. And re-drill them holes, and I'll be all right. And then you could do the same on this side. You could do the same on this side, but this bracket, you just want to you probably just bend it in a little bit, even flex it, and then you'll be able to bring it in a little bit closer. All right. This one is fine. And that's it for that. That's what I got going on for the dash. And then the painless is, yeah. All right, there's a few things on it. I think I'll make a list. I started making a list on a couple odd things about it. And maybe I'll do another video after I have everything in and everything like that to show you all these little things that I had to deal with and go through. And on the one thing they do tell you that, like for your wiper motor, the harness, you have to use your old harness, some of your old harness, in some vehicles. Well, I have to in mine. I'll explain that. Right now I'm just pushing it all up in there. I didn't even put the wire cover over it yet because I just want to see how it's going to route and everything. Got here just for the back. Like the white wire is for dome lights. Well, my dome lights do hook up right here. And the only thing is I have multiple lights. I have 4 lights. I have 2 dome lights, and then I have the courtesy lights. Those all come on when the door opens. So I got to figure all that out. And a lot of the wiring, they give you plenty of extra wiring, okay, which is great. Now like this here, this is your neutral safety switch and ignition switch, which is only right here. So I'm going to try to figure a way to route this wire, maybe this way, so it uses up some of it. And then be able to plug it into the neutral safety switch, going pretty much straight in from the other direction. These here are for my door locks. That's another thing I think I'm going to have to use. This is my door lock harness right here. All this right here. Maybe not these, but all this stuff right here is actually for my door locks. This whole setup here. So I got to go through it and see, because this has only got 2 wires for each side. It's only 2 wires for each side. One's for the lock and one's for the window. Power. Ignition power for the window. Constant power for the lock. And so I got to figure that out, because like I said, this is all here. Mine goes through there's a relay right there. And both sides have their own relay. So I'll have to figure all that out. And I need to be able to control both windows from the driver, and then passenger controls passenger only. So all that I got to figure that out. That's one of the things I'm going to have to write down. Like I said, I got the fuse block just mocked up in there. It's just sitting up in there. It's loose, but it's not really wired in. And it's a brake light switch. And my dimmer switch. So all this I'll get to. Little here, there. Then I got the front harness. It's coming out right here. Like I said, it's not fully in. I didn't put the plate in there and all that. It's just so I know how everything is going to be. And then your alternator. Here's my alternator wires. You got the alternator wire, the alternator excite wire, and then this here goes to the back of the alternator, goes in. And right here, these are the 2 alternator wires. And then the big wire. Which it comes with a, MIDI fuse or something like that. That's going to get mounted right here. I'm going to mount it right up here. So this can hook up and whatever else. And then all this is all this wire and harness here. This is for the trans controller, US shift quick 4. Guys, I really like this controller. Really nice controller. You guys should look into that if you plan on doing like a 4L80, 4L60, any kind of swap like that. Look into it, dude. It is real nice. I like it over all the other ones that are out there, the TCI and all that. This one here, that's the one. So a lot of this is like my electric fans. You got my fuel pump and all that. Stuff for the MSD and whatnot. So that most of this here is not really anything to do with the new harness. You know, except for these right here. There may be more wires coming this way. I'm not sure yet. Oh, I don't think so. Oh, just for the door. The door lock and window. Okay. Another thing I plan on doing is the 4L80. I'm going to take that out to have it built. I got to have it built. There's nothing wrong with it. It does fine. But plan on getting it built up a little more. And then I took my grills out to have them paint, or to paint them. Getting the 4L80 built and going to put a stall in there. It's actually got the stock converter in it, a stock converter, which has been okay. You know, no issues or anything. So that's where I'm at on this right now. I will do some updates on some of the stuff that I was telling you about. I can tell you, like the headlight switch. This is one of the things that I'm dealing with. Is the headlight, for the headlights, it got one single wire, and I think it was a blue wire. It's one power wire. So, and it does tell you that in here, you know, that it's a blue wire. You know, it only comes with the one wire. It's a 15 amp wire. It says right there, please note the harness does not include any additional wire for vehicles with wipers due to the numerous differences systems, factories and aftermarket. So on that, here's my original harness. Now everything worked on my original harness. Here is yeah, that's the wipers. This is the wiper harness going to the wiper motor. Okay, you see I got the 4 wires here. Okay. Now you would think it was the blue wire that you're going to use for power, because they give you a blue wire. But after you go through, that ends up being these right here, and this yellow one. Okay, and this yellow one. It ends up being these 4. Well, I followed them all the way through, and they go right here to my wiper switch. Okay, you notice there's no yellow. The yellow one's not there. It's because the yellow one ends up being right here, which ends up going and just looping right back. Loops right back and goes into the fuse block. Okay, goes into the fuse block, and it comes out down over here. It's right here. I think it's actually the inside one. Right down in there. Okay, so that right there is my power wire, the yellow. So I'll just cut the yellow. I have to cut the yellow wire, cut these wires. or whatever ones. These ones here. And then cut these, and I just got to splice them all together. I'm going to have to probably solder them and put them together. Solder them and heat shrink or splice them together. And then run my power to the yellow. So this way my headlight switch will be normal. The headlight switch gets grounded through the wiper motor gets grounded through the body. Although there is this black wire, which is ground, that wire goes, alright, it goes here, it goes into a big junction right here, okay, which also gives ground, goes ground here, and right there, and I think over here, that's ground, yeah, and then here. And then I get another ground here. And it all goes, then after that, it goes back. I don't think that was it. It ends up going back this way and going somewhere that way. I'd have to figure it out to give ground to all the other things that they're for. I have to remember what those, I got them all marked, like my map light and stuff like that. So I need them grounds to be able to ground all that. That's it. So there's things I have to work out. Like I said, what I'll do is I'll try to write all that down so I can let you guys know if anybody's doing a 73 to 77 Cutlass and you're wondering on some of these things. These are I'll have the stuff written down and maybe post about it and fill you guys in on it and what all I did to fix the problem. So that's it. This is going to be a little short one. It was just a quick little update on it and what I'm going to be doing. And that's it. I'll definitely talk with you all later. You all have a good Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. And Happy New Year. Be safe. You all have a good one now. Take care.